A cloud. Okay. So I'll call the meeting to order. We do have a quorum, which is nice. And I just want to say that I said this earlier, but I want to go on record as saying Rainette does not get paid enough to do her job. And I also think that we need to thank her because she's been on the phone with me several times during this maternity leave to go over things. And I hate doing that to people, but she's called me more than I've called her. So let's put it that way. Um, I've filed 6 cases since December. And there's like 5 or 6 phone calls that I have to return. Um, some may turn out to be a case and some may not. And
We don't have any cases that we're going to discuss, right?
we have cases that we were supposed to discuss in December, but we didn't. Because we had all kinds of technical difficulties. But we'll talk about that later. We'll see what we're gonna do.
Okay.
All right. We now have 8 members of the board and we are supposed to have 11. So I did send emails to the at-large counselors, to let them know that they had Dan's vacancy to fill. And apparently that, gets filled by consensus nomination of the 4 at-large counselors. So that should be interesting to watch. The mayor has an appointee and I have reminded him and I will remind him again. And I have texted back and forth with the new 1st district counselor, who is Heather Waters, I believe her last name is, but don't quote me on that. To fill Dana's vacancy because Carney didn't want to do that since he wasn't going to be in office. So she's excited to do that, but I just want to talk to her and make sure that she lets people know to call one of us first to get some information on commitment, etc. I have forwarded the calls from the office to my phone, but for some reason they're not ringing, they're just leaving voice messages. And the problem with that is not so much the voice messages, because I call those people back, but anyone who tries to call from the Justice Center can't leave a message because you have to accept the charges from the Justice Center before they can do anything. So I really have no way to get a hold of these people. One person did reach out to the Justice Oversight Committee, and they've contacted me, so I did get a form to them and they filled it out and submitted it. So hopefully they will reach out to people who can get a hold of us. And so we can get those things rolling. Like I said, many phone calls, some of them are bizarre, and really don't have a complaint about the police department, but just really need somebody to talk to. So that's been kind of interesting. Other than that, there really isn't a whole lot. We're trying to, you all know that Roberto left, right?
No.
Okay. Roberto resigned and moved back west, wherever he lives, in Idaho, I believe he said. He didn't leave because of anything with the job. He left. He had family stuff he had to get back to. I did text him a couple weeks ago. He said everything's going well. He said hi to everybody. So there's nobody in the office. We're trying to get a part-time item. I've been working with President Hudson on getting the approval to hire. So hopefully we'll be able to do that soon. The plan is for Cynthia to be in the office part-time, answering phones. So hopefully that'll happen very soon. Other than that, I really don't have much. I mean, the budget, we haven't spent any money. We haven't gone to any training. There's really not much we're doing before Rainette comes back. which cannot come soon enough, as far as I'm concerned. Um,
Well,
but
you're
she's
doing her
doing,
job and yours.
yeah, she's doing well. Baby's doing well. So,
Does he have a name?
yes, Antoine Jr.
Antoine.
Same
Antoine
as,
Jr.
yes.
Lori, I
And
just
so,
have a question.
sure.
You said, so it's the first district, member that needs to be replaced. The
Right.
mayor's, appointee needs to be replaced. And then you said somebody else and I missed it. The
At
replacement,
large for Dan.
and so,
He
and
was
what was Dan representing?
he was an at-large representative.
Thank you.
Okay. So I would hope that we can get them on board by the February meeting, which would be really nice.
You do know that that's not gonna happen, right?
Well, I know, but we're gonna try.
Okay,
I honestly think that the first district will happen. That'll be the first one, I think.
okay.
She really is excited about it. She wanted to do it herself. I told her she couldn't, that wasn't part of the deal. But
Mhm.
yeah, I mean, I think she was joking, obviously, but she just is looking forward to putting one of her constituents on the board.
Mm-hmm.
The only
We
reason
need
why I
these new
say that,
people.
Lori,
We need
the only
these new
reason
people.
I say that is because it took like a good 2 months for me to come on.
Right.
Even about time I met with Joe and he, approved the recommendation and then my swearing and all that. It took a good 2 months.
Yeah.
Okay.
We can get them to the clerk to get it on the agenda for the council. That seems to be the holdup mostly, is it just doesn't get on the agenda when it's supposed to.
Right.
But I'll stay on top of that to make sure they at least remember, if nothing else. I don't see anybody here from the public. So I would take a motion to go into executive session.
I'll make it.
Thank you, Ruth. Second.
Second.
Okay, thanks, sir. Okay, I'm gonna stop the recording.